Great kick.
He spots Sloan in the middle. Dowdy's his running mate. Time to size it all up. Maybe too much time sometimes. He just put a little bit of a loop on the kick. And McKernan couldn't help him out. Well done from Grundy. Parker, Shaw, give to Jetta. That's a pretty wise move at the moment. Jetta across the body. High ball. Numbers are pretty even here at this contest. Good spoil though. Got it away, Riley. Gathering it in, Jack. That's not the best placed ball. Good just needs to break even here, which he did. Henderson gave it straight to O'Keefe. Swans should be able to think their way through. Bolton could have given it to Goods. Didn't matter. Sydney are in front. Back to 2 points.
They've just got to stay composed now, Jace, don't they? I mean, look, they're well in the game, clearly, even though we talked about inside 50s, they're getting smashed at. But they've just got to stay composed. They did that in the second quarter when the Swans came at them early. But this has been a big onslaught for the Swans. I think they kicked the last 4 goals of the last quarter and the first one of this quarter as well.
GJ has covered some territory, and that's a pretty fair kick out wide for Seaby. Just wandered a little bit on the bounce. And Teddy takes a little while to get it on the boot, but on the boot he gets it. Hand to McGlynn. Jens tries to rein him in. Just didn't quite have enough rope to escape.
I think the thing is Adelaide's last couple of forays forward have created good opportunities. We saw Taylor Walker drop the chest mark coming out, and then we saw a poor kick from Doughty, who I think was just, he'd been involved in a couple of efforts prior to that. He was just too tired to actually get any depth on the ball.
Here's Dangerfield, away from the clutches of Hanbury. Bit of a standoff. Grundy did well, but McKernan might have the last say here. Takes it in the Petrenko direction. Oh! Superior judgment and body work. It was amazing that Reece Shaw...
He was looking for the push out, I think, Reece Shaw.
I was just about to say what a terrible kick. And then I looked down and he marked it. So
it was astonishing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing. It was a good effort.
Patrick Dangerfield, his 3rd clearance of the quarter, 2 involved. So he's really making an impact in the start of this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was about to say he started like a house on fire in this 3rd term. He got the first 2 centre clearances just through sheer grit and determination, Paddy Dangerfield.
He's a kicker too. He's had 5 kicks, no handballs, but all eyes on Petrenko. The Crows really need him to stand up at the moment, and he does, and they're back in front, Adelaide.
Sam Jacobs' job there, despite the fact he's outnumbered 3 against 1, is to force his way into the contest and just spoil. And he wasn't able to do that, and then you get the quick rebound.
Terrific spot from Kennedy to see Roberts-Thompson, and then he had to execute it, which he did. Jetta is absolutely everywhere at the moment. Goods, nice little nudge on Riley. You would have backed him. So interesting that Riley was with him there. And Riley comes away, shaping the kick for McKay, and then Sloan, and then Wright, and they're running through the middle. Yes, maybe they got their mojo back here, the Crows. A probing kick. He took a bit of a chance, Teddy Richards. He summed it up that he'd got the run and the angle of the kick coming in. He left Taylor Walker, made the play, and earns himself a free.
I'll tell you, that was great play from Teddy Richards, because Walker sort of dropped back about a yard, and Richards took front position. And it was going to be a really long kick to get over Richards, so it was really good summing up the play. I'll tell you, the guy that's got to get involved, though, for the Crows, Jace, is Tippett. Tippett's had 2 possessions, and that's it.
And they've got to keep an eye on Jetta. I mean, he's the most damaging player on the ground. He's just sitting behind the footy at the moment.
Yeah, Smith's got the job on him, but he's been unable to run with him.
Hanbury to Bird, and here's Goods. Skippity skip, he's out and takes the mark. And ready to let fly at goal.
He's posing quite a few problems tonight from Adam Goods. Looks like Rutten had the job on him then. Riley was on him before, and Henderson's been on him. So he is just such a tough matchup when he's up and about.
So they've got a bit to work out, the Crows. Adam Goods comes in. 2 goals, 1 next to his name at the moment. And that's coming back just the way he wanted. So Sydney are back in front.
Really Tippett the one to mind that he's just got to find some of the football. He's a dangerous player. He's a good contested marking player. We get nothing down one end for the Crows, and then all of a sudden it goes back up the other end, and a really nice finishing kick for Bird. Not a lot when the ball's coming in that easily. There's not a lot that Rutten can do about it, but certainly proving quite a difficult matchup at the moment, Adam Goods.
Three goals to Adam Goods, and the Swans lead by 2.
Tippett's number 2 in the competition in contested marks, Jace. He hasn't taken a mark tonight. So
He's at centre-half forward at the moment. He pushed right in. Taylor Walker's their danger man, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's the hot man, and he takes the mark.
Well, what Adelaide have turned around in the third term is their centre square clearances. They're dominating those in this third quarter, and Dangerfield started it off with a couple. We've seen Van Berlo get a clearance. Another quick kick there going forward. It puts the defenders under pressure.
Well, they're 6-0 for clearances in the quarter and 4-0 out of the middle. So that is a significant number to look at. As Taylor Walker has it on its way, and it comes back enough. Gee, this is some contest. Points is the margin right now as it stands. We've reached the midpoint of the third quarter, and the crowd just a little quieter too. They've just been sat back a bit further in their seats by the Crows, but they're going to be lively now because Jeddah was involved. O'Keefe, floater, been a steadying influence. Wasn't a great delivery for the forwards, but they're ready for more. Roberts Thompson just thought he'd just try and crash his way through.
What was he doing?
Well, he had a crack. He's just going to wade on in. Let's see if they can get out here. They can out the back. Melcheski in haste, but effectively to Goods. He's a hard man to get around. Surely that's a free. He made sure the umpire saw it, though. Now, his advantage.
Go over the top here.
Oh, he has to come back behind his mark, which was quite a bit back.
I'd like to see a replay of that free kick because I don't think Henderson did that much wrong.
I don't know. It looked like Henderson maybe thought he'd marked it, did he? And he was trying to hold him up. You would like to see it again, though.
Well, Good certainly played for that. He pushed his backside into Henderson, I thought, on that occasion.
I think he almost did the old grab the opponent's jumper and make it look like he was holding it. He's directly in front, or slightly off centre, but certainly not a lot of angle to negotiate. And he gets it all pretty much close to right, then it should be a goal, and it should be Sydney back in front. It starts a bit left. Starts a lot left, but it works its way through, and they are in front.
Pointing, he's dropped off O'Keefe, but the problem is no one's gone to O'Keefe.
Oh, they're getting another footy. That's why Riley's come back. Because the footy's in the construction area, but I think they're going to get it.
I thought he was going to walk off the ground, Riley.
No, he'll go back to his opponent now, Ryan O'Keefe.
So you were praising him.
I was praising him, and he's worried about the football.
He was going to get a footy.
But here we go again. There's no drop-off at all by the Crows.
Well, let's see what it comes to. If Sydney win it, and they do, and it's Jeddah. Wasn't great contact off the boot, so no damage done for the Crows.
That's the case, Jay. So you've got to let Lewis Roberts-Thompson beat you. Not let him beat you, but you've got to challenge Lewis Roberts-Thompson to beat you. You can't let Adam Goods beat you one-on-one in the goal square. You've got to do something different.
Or alternatively, call one of the midfielders back.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is Wright, stationed at half-back, setting sail for the wing. They let Sloan go at it one-on-one. He made all the play then, Rory Sloan. Outstanding stuff. Van Berlo with a bit of a skyscraper to half forward. And they met coming from all sorts of angles. Nick Smith marked it, looked up and saw nothing. And so he waited, and now sets Hanbury off on a bit of a chase. But that's okay because he's got McVeigh. He's got players all the way on the outside. But the Crows start to work a few angles back ahead of where our camera shot was and close down the outside option. So it goes through the middle. McLean,
well done, Sloan.
Sloan. He's the man doing it at the moment. For a young man, he's really doing it hard at either end of the ground. Henderson poking ball.
Around about 8 metres, that kick, I reckon. He's been really clever, Rory Sloan. He's recognised the danger and he started to drop back.
McKay from half-back. McKernan and Jacobs, his intention. The two ruckmen were there, but neither could take it. Here's Sloan again, tucking it under his arm. Callanan, he's close enough to be within range of goal, and he always means business when that's about. High ball right. Petrenko to come. Barnes his way through again.
Well, you know what? He was too worried about where his opponent was, Daniel Hanbury, instead of looking at the footy, instead of tracking the football. You can't say that that's a free kick. I mean, he was standing between the ball and Petrenko. Petrenko just went straight towards the ball, bumped Hanbury out of the way, and I think he's pretty disappointed the fact that he didn't track the footy then.
So, Petrenko has this shot for goal. Already kicked one in this quarter. And we saw, of course, in the NAB Cup Grand Final, he had some moments in front of goal, but there's no problems there. And Adelaide are back in front.
He's trying to walk it out. And we have a look at this. Last centre bound, bang, right in the right hip. So he's getting a bit of work on at the moment. He should be okay. They're just putting a bit of deep heat on it, Brucey.
Now deep heat.
Alex Johnson pinpoints Lewis Roberts-Thompson. Now the ball was in the right hands. Jetta angled the kick. Oh, what a beautiful kick for O'Keefe. He couldn't help but mark that.
That was an exceptional kick. I was looking at Adam Goods again, and obviously Lewis Jetta was looking at Ryan O'Keefe and just stuck out the back, and it was just beautiful delivery. But once again, a lot of space for the Sydney forwards. It was Adam Goods one-on-one and Ryan O'Keefe sneaking in front of him, but a huge amount of space inside their forward 50.
So O'Keefe's kick 1, Goods' kick 4. Jack a couple for the Swans. This is a big one for Sydney, and it's a good one. And Sydney are back in front.
I just think if they're going to win the game, Hunter, they've got to look at a defensive structure with a drop-off player, because there's just so much space now. Even now we see here there's only 3 forwards inside 50 and no one working back for the Crows.
And it's deep again, and it's Goods again. Well, it's amazing that they only lead by 2 points, isn't it, really? Because we've easily identified what a big dominance of area this is for the Swans, and yet they only lead by 2, so they need to capitalise here.
I reckon Brenton Sanderson's got every right to be furious. The ball was held up, a free kick was paid at the centre stoppage, and he's taken a one-on-one mark, contested mark, with no one coming across the top.
He already has 4 goals. Adam Goods straight in front. He's got 5 now, and the Swans lead by 8.
And to get back Ben Rutten, and he's looking to do that now.
He's still a fair way away, though, isn't he, from Adam Goods?
He is.
We'll get to that if it goes that way. Dangerfield looking for a free. I reckon he's found one.
Yep.
Just lingered a little long in the tackle. And so it's Dangerfield's footy. Walker is the man who's most likely to take it at the moment.
That's an unbelievable kick, Hutto. He's kicked that off one step, low with penetration, and gave no one a chance to spoil. A really good kick. It's a tight angle.
It seems that's all he needs, isn't it, at the moment?
And he's got his confidence up, kicking. 4 straight.
So Taylor Walker with the margin sitting at 7. It's a must for the Crows, and he's done it again. This goal-kicking caper, it's easy for Taylor Walker. So the margin is back at 1, back at a precarious level for the Swans, and the Crows looking to strike while the iron is hot, and it is at the moment. Jacobs, Yench, not a bad strike. It's a great strike, and they have struck back with consecutive goals there in front. And now 50, Richards losing balance, didn't lose his composure, kept it in Sydney hands, in safe hands. Grundy, they are on the back foot at the moment. That's about the best he could do. He gave Reid an opportunity which he couldn't take. They're just getting pushed off the footy at the moment, and this man is doing a lot of the pushing. Dangerfield works it back into the clear. High ball Yench into the 50 again. The Swans, there's some interference
that's a
there.
Shocker. Reece Shaw. He was trying to protect the back of his teammate, Ted Richards, who he thought was in the box seat to mark, and he was. But Ian Cowan was the man that was trying to create a contest. He was probably never going to be able to fly over the top of Ted Richards, and Reece Shaw's just grabbed him by the arm.
Adelaide also made their sub, so Lyons is on for the Crows, and McKernan's the one they've subbed off, so they'll let plenty of run here, the Crows.
Well, Cowan kicked those early goals.
Clear hold.
The experienced player from the SANFL has shown he can really cut it at this top level. 2 goals tonight, make it 3 now, and that is the margin for the Crows.
Balls that have come forward in this quarter that went forward in the 3rd quarter that Adam Goods clearly marked. So, look, it's a massive out for the Sydney Swans.
But knowing the team that Sydney is, you still expect them to find a way to respond.
Yep.
I don't think they can concede the next goal and still win. So you've got to think they've got to kick the next one.
McVeigh. Jetta waits down. If it hits the ground, didn't hit the ground. O'Keefe, he'll feel some responsibility here. He'll know that if they are to get over the line and climb up, it'll be players like him that will have to play a huge role.
Well, they did kick 4 late goals in the 2nd quarter, so they can do it, the Sydney Swans, no question about that.
Had a slow start to the season, but starts to return to form last week. Just the 6 goals going into tonight for the year, and O'Keefe, being such a versatile player for them, comes up with the chocolates at the big time, back to 11 points.
It's up the ground again. They've got a vacant 50-metre arc. the way they've played a lot of the year, pulling everyone up the ground and then trying to get the ball over the top. There's Rhys Shaw. He's now pushing up as a forward, playing as an extra midfielder virtually, and you can see all the space behind them.
Melcheski.
And that's the kick that he tried to get over the top.
That was a 50-50 contest. This time Riley not so sure. If he handles it, Jenner, he'll be away. Once, twice, give him a third time. He'll take it and leave you for dead.